Hello YouTube, my name is Travis.
I'm Sarah.
And this
is Bacon and Backpacking.
Here's a preview of what's coming up in today's episode. Welcome back everyone. Going to be a little bit of a different episode today. I think it's about 7:45. We just had a 3.5 hour drive down to Tar Hollow. Just pulled in, never been here before, no idea where I'm going. According to the map, it looks like we have maybe 1.5 miles to get to what appears to be a group camp. So hopefully it's there. And hopefully we're not stranded out in the woods at dark. So what do you think, Sarah?
It'll be an adventure.
It'll be an adventure. So here we go. Well, spring has sprung. Everything is way greener than it has been on previous trips, and we are in full-blown spring in Ohio. Pretty cool hike in. You're like on this service road and you walk next to like this little creek the whole time, so pretty cool entrance. I don't know how much of a trail this is. It's more of a looks a little bit more like a river. This is interesting. Oh man. Well, I've got the Gore-Tex boots on. Sarah might have a little bit of fun. Yeah, this is the actual trail. Huh. Hey guys, it's post-production Travis here. If you guys are interested in ever going to Tar Hollow, stick around until the end of the video because there's a couple of different things that I didn't add in while I was recording for the trip that I thought would be important for you guys to know. So stick around until the end. So, it got weird last night, YouTube. There's a tent city. Some monster tents here. And, there's an outhouse over there. There's Sarah. And then here's my little camp setup. I rocked the snakeskin for the first time, which is pretty cool. Well, it looks like Tar Hollow is the Ohio Green Tunnel Trail. It's like going through the Amazon rainforest right now. Basically, since we left the car, this is just kind of how it's been. Everything's just muddy, wet, and just green. There's not really any views or anything to look at so far. It's an overgrown rainforest trail, basically. Alright, I'm going to have to apologize in advance. I think this is going to be the shortest YouTube video that I've recorded for an actual backpacking trip. Didn't really record anything last night. There's a campsite about 3/4 of a mile from the parking lot. Now, we drove 3.5 hours to get down here, and we got here at like 7:30 at night. So that was kind of the idea. I'm like, hey, we'll park at this parking lot, hike 10 minutes to the campsite, post up and be good by dark. But there were some issues. There was a family of about 15 with 3 massive tents. They brought a weed eater with them. They brought a dolly. They had some sort of electric because they were blowing up like 15 air mattresses and everybody had a 10,000 lumen, flashlight that always found its way shining over into our camp. There's a pit bull, a lot of different stuff. And then the camp sits down at the lowest point of elevation. So it's basically a swamp. And, in the campsite, I mean, there's knee-high, hip-high grass and, other foliage. So there wasn't really anywhere to, like, hang out during camp because it's, tick central down here probably. We're both wearing shorts. So, yeah, and so far the trail is just a muddy, swampy, overgrown mess. So we're probably going to put in a couple hours of hiking today and just call it practice for dolly sods. So I typically like getting you guys some nature shots and stuff like that and setting up the camera for some cool shots, but I have a little 1 foot high just like phone tripod, and all of the brush is 2 or 3 feet high, so there's not even anywhere really to set up the camera to do like any walking shots or anything like that. And we're down here in the lowlands and the sun hasn't even crested above the hills yet, so there's not even much sunlight down here. It's just kind of dark, wet, and overgrown green Ohio tunnel pretty much. Sarah, you're famous. Well, found a clearing. There's the sun. Very Amazon-y. Should have brought a machete. Or, Sarah, we should go back to camp and get those people's weed whacker.
They had a machete too.
Oh, that's right. They had a machete too, because they were talking about hacking up the snake with the machete. Well, we're going to head back. Basically, there's I think it's the power line section of this trail, the power line segment. It's completely washed out, and I mean, there's not a trail. There's just like a creek running through there, and the vegetation's, hip to chest high, and we're out here in shorts. Like, I had no idea that this was going to be, like this. I mean, I've been to Zaleski and Vesuvius, in this time of the year, which are two pretty backwoods, Ohio backpacking trails, and they're not like this. So, and even if you're wearing pants and stuff, man, I mean, you're going to pick up ticks out here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make the most of it. We got a couple miles of hiking in to get some conditioning in for dolly sods, which is going to be cool because that's where we're headed next weekend. We're going to do a 3-day, 2-night out at dolly sods, and that's going to be super fun. And it's going to be a super cool couple of videos. I'll probably make, 2 or 3 videos out of that trip. So stay tuned for that one. But I think the plan right now is that we're just going to head back to the car. And we still want to do some hiking. What we're going to do is we're going to head back to the car, and we're going to drive to like a different section of the trail and see if it's any better and more passable there. And maybe try to get a little bit more hiking in there. But yeah, we'll let you guys know what happens. To give you guys an example of the Tar Hollow experience, this is literally the trail. So. The main reason I'm going to put this video on YouTube is just because there's not really any videos on Tar Hollow backpacking on YouTube from what I saw. So I just want, you know, if somebody's searching this place like I was, that you at least kind of have a resource, you know, to kind of see what the conditions are like. This is the trail right where you come in. So there's a group camp called the Dullen camp, and we parked at the parking lot right down by the Dullen camp, and this is the trail on the way in. I mean, this is a half a mile from the trailhead is what it looks like. So just a heads up, guys. All right, everyone. I know it wasn't the it wasn't the greatest trip of the year, but hey, you live and you learn. I think what I'll do in the future, I'm not going to write this place off. I think it would be decent if you came back like in the, you know, the fall or definitely like the winter, when you don't have to worry about all the, you know, waist high foliage and stuff like that. So I'll definitely give this place another shot when the climate's a little bit different. But yeah, I think for now, I think we're going to wrap this thing up. Stay tuned though, guys, because we're going to be heading out to Dolly Sods here next weekend, and I'm going to make 2 or 3 videos out of that, and those are going to be sweet. So stay tuned, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. So unbeknownst to me, Sarah dipped out in the middle of me shooting my outro video to check out that creature. So Sarah, would you like to formally say goodbye until the next episode?
Bye, guys. Sorry.
All right, everyone, post-production Travis is back again. A couple of things that I wanted to say about this trip real quick. I didn't give Tar Hollow a fair shake. The part that we stayed at was called Camp Dullen. It's just, it's a swampy mess. That portion of the trail is, it connects to the main backpacking loop, but it's not like the main backpacking loop at Tar Hollow. And you can tell that it's not used. There's no trail maintenance or anything like that. And it was what you saw in the video. It was a swampy, muddy mess. Half the trail was washed out. I don't even know if they actively maintain it anymore. We ended up driving to a different section of the backpacking trail and parked at that trailhead, and everything looked a lot more well maintained and much more traveled. There's like 7 or 8 cars there. The reason that we went to Camp Dullen is because at Tar Hollow, you have to stop at the forestry office and you have to register and pay for your campsite. Now, they're not expensive. I believe it was $4 per adult and $1 per child. I was trying to stay away from that, though, because there are these group camps that are like right off the road, and that's not really like backpacking to me. Do you know what I mean? And we were going so late, we didn't get there until, you know, 7:30 at night. I didn't know if the forestry office would even be open to stop and register. I didn't know if the campsites would be full because it was a Friday night. So I just stayed at the free backpacking campsite, which was Camp Dullen, and that was a mistake. I am going to go back to Tar Hollow at a different point in time, and I'm going to do a different part of the loop and pay and register and stay at a different campsite and see if that's a different experience because what we did, I wouldn't recommend anyone do. There wasn't even any place to hang out in the campsite because all the foliage was so high. It was an unmitigated disaster. So we will be back. We will do another Tar Hollow video, and hopefully it'll be a lot better than this one. So thanks for watching, guys. If you made it to the end, I appreciate it. The videos are blowing up. The channel's kind of exploding, and I appreciate all you guys for tuning in and watching, and we'll see you in the next one, all right?